Hi, I'm Margie Holmes, psychologist, author, and educator. This week's episode is all about a child's sexual identity, especially if one parent is not around. For example, because the parent is working abroad, separated, etc. I asked, do you think a child's sexual identity can be affected with a parent missing? The topic divided our viewers. Sheikh Guevara Hoxon says, parental identity is very important, more specifically in guiding kids for sexual orientation. Tony Quevedo says, I practically grew up without a father figure and was reared by my aunts. Consequently, I became gay. Doris Noval says, yup, my boy turned macho with me as a single parent. I think I overcompensated for the absence of his father and kinda overdid it. But some say that's not the case. Tony Trittle says, my parents were always around and they're straight, but I still turned out gay. Bob Cootie, I have lesbian friends who brought up daughters. The daughters did not become lesbians. Being brought up by a single parent father didn't make me gay. Panji Nang says, no, such a sweeping generalization. I grew up with both parents very active in raising me, and yet I grew up transgendered. Jan Castaneda says, sexual identity is shaped more than just parents. As a side note, the overbearing mother, absentee father explanation for boys developing a gay sexuality has no bearing in scientific literature. It's a bunch of pseudoscience. Correct ka dyan, Jan Castaneda. And thanks for bringing that up because people don't seem to realize that just giving opinions about this gay father bit is the same as having research to back it up. And thank you for making it clear that this old opinion is not true. It has not been backed up by research. Now we have Vic Sala saying, there is a range of identities. Some are culturally specific, like bayot, bakla, parlorista, tibo, etc. And yet identity is individualized and personal. There is also the simple matter of behaviors as manifestations of identity. Think homophobic male politicians and preachers found out to be buying sex from male escorts. I think having one, two, or no parents has no relation as to whether one identifies as heterosexual, homosexual, bisexual, or indeed metrosexual. T.C. Tan says, the comments tell so much about what Philippine society believes in general. It is just wrong. It puts so much emphasis on upbringing and finger pointing as though you can raise a boy to be gay or a girl to be lesbian. Cheryl Jane Virtudaso says, sexuality is too complex and factors vary from person to person. My sister and I are both straight, though dad was always away as a military man. Well, looking at all your comments, I am thrilled that a majority of you realize that the kind of parenting you have does not cause your sexual orientation. However, what studies do show is that the parenting you have still has an important impact on how a child feels, not only about his sexual orientation, but also about himself. So parents who accept and support their children's decisions, whether it is about their wanting to grow up gay or they're saying that they are transsexual, these sort of children who have parents like that are more likely to have children who are positive about themselves and the lives that they live. Now, this is the good news. An itty-bitty bit of semi-bad news, however, is, to quote UP Professor Eric Manalastas, research has shown that adult children of migrant parents report sadness that their parents missed out on their sexual development milestones. For example, first love, first kiss, first heartbreak, getting married, being a parent, etc. That is also the case for LGBT adult children. Please note that the children only report sadness. They are not angry because they realize this is a reality. If the parents have no jobs here, they definitely have to go abroad, right? So it is just sadness. Yes, you wish your parents were there, but they aren't. However, I think there is good news to come after that. And that is, since we know how the kids feel. And they feel this not only when they are young, but as they grow older. Since we know this, we can do something about it. Perhaps you can ask your children, and you yourself can make sure that you write them more often, you email them more often, Skype, etc. So that while you are not there physically, your children feel that you are as involved with them emotionally and psychologically. In fact, sometimes we can say, hindi ba, that you are even more involved because since you are aware of the likelihood of missing these important life stones, then usually you try harder. Well, that's it for today. Do you agree with us? Do you disagree? Have you another point you wish to bring up? Can you support or suggest a factor we could have explored even further? Please comment below so we know what you're thinking and feeling. In addition, please let us know what other topics you want us to discuss on Ask Margie by sending them on Facebook, by tweeting using the hashtag AskMargie, or emailing us on askmargie@rappler.com. See you next week.